Jump to content. Main menu. Main menu. Move to sidebar hide. Navigation. Main page. Contents. Current events. Random article. About Wikipedia. Contact us. Contribute. Help. Learn to edit. Community portal. Recent changes. Upload file. Search. Search. Appearance. Donate. Create account. Login. Personal tools. Donate. Create account. Login. Pages for logged out editors. Learn more. Contributions. Talk. Contents. Move to sidebar hide. Top. 1 definition. Toggle definition subsection. 1.1 Authorship in the natural sciences. 1.2 Authorship in mathematics. 1.3 Authorship in medicine. 1.4 Authorship in the social sciences. 1.5 Authorship in the humanities. 2 Growing number of authors per paper. 3 Order of authors in a list. 4 Responsibilities of authors. 5 Egregious and questionable types of authorship. Toggle egregious and questionable types of authorship subsection. 5.1 Honorary authorship. 5.2 Gift, guest and rolling authorship. 5.3 Ghost authorship. 5.4 Fraudulent paid for authorship. 6 Unconventional types of authorship. Toggle unconventional types of authorship subsection. 6.1 Anonymous and unclaimed authorship. 6.2 Group authorship. 6.3 Equal co-authorship. 6.4 Non-human authorship. 7 See also. 8 References. 9 Further reading. Toggle the table of contents. Academic authorship. 2 languages. Edit links. Article. Talk. English. Read. Edit. View history. Tools. Tools. Move to sidebar hide. Actions. Read. Edit. View history. General. What links here? Related changes. Upload file. Special pages. Permanent link. Page information. Cite this page. Get shortened URL. Download QR code. Print /export. Download as PDF. Printable version. In other projects. Wikidata item. Appearance. Move to sidebar hide. From Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. Academic authorship of journal articles, books, and other original works is a means by which academics communicate the results of their scholarly work, establish priority for their discoveries, and build their reputation among their peers. Through authorship, researchers, assistants, interns, students, and other involved parties, for example, citizen scientists, academic consortia, receive credit for their contributions and can be held responsible and accountable for the quality and integrity of the work. 1. Authorship is a primary basis that employers use to evaluate academic personnel for employment, promotion, and tenure. In academic publishing, authorship of a work is typically claimed by those making intellectual contributions to the research described in the work. However, many scholarly journals also require that potential authors contribute to the writing of the article about the work, not just the work itself. 2. Such requirements, as well as other norms around authorship in disciplines, can be controversial. In these contexts, Authorship can encompass activities other than writing the article. A researcher who comes up with an experimental design and analyzes the data may be considered an author, even if she or he had little role in composing the text describing the results. According to some standards, even writing the entire article would not constitute authorship unless the writer was also involved in at least one other phase of the project. 3. Definition. Edit. Guidelines for assigning authorship vary between institutions and disciplines. 4. They may be formally defined or simply cultural norms. Incorrect assignment of authorship occasionally leads to charges of academic misconduct and sanctions for the violator. A 2002 survey of a large sample of researchers who had received funding from the U.S. National Institutes of Health revealed that 10% of respondents claimed to have inappropriately assigned authorship credit within the last 3 years. 5. This was the first large-scale survey concerning such issues. In other fields only limited or no empirical data is available. Authorship in the natural sciences. Edit. The natural sciences have no universal standard for authorship, but some major multidisciplinary journals and institutions have established guidelines for work that they publish. The Journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences of the United States of America, NAS, has an editorial policy that specifies authorship should be limited to those who have contributed substantially to the work, and furthermore, authors are strongly encouraged to indicate their specific contributions as a footnote. The American Chemical Society further specifies that authors are those who also share responsibility and accountability for the results. 6. And the U.S. National Academies specify an author who is willing to take credit for a paper must also bear responsibility for its contents. Thus, unless a footnote or the text of the paper explicitly assigns responsibility for different parts of the paper to different authors, the authors whose names appear on a paper must share responsibility for all of it. 7. Authorship in mathematics. Edit. In mathematics, the authors are usually listed in alphabetical order, the so-called Hardy-Littlewood rule. 8. Authorship in medicine. Edit. The medical field defines authorship very narrowly. According to the uniform requirements for manuscripts submitted to biomedical journals, designation as an author must satisfy 4 conditions. The author must have contributed substantially to the conception and design of the study, the acquisition of data, or the analysis and interpretation. Drafted or provided critical revision of the article. Provided final approval of the version to publish. Agreed to be accountable for all aspects of the work in ensuring that questions related to the accuracy or integrity of any part of the work are appropriately investigated and resolved. Acquisition of funding, or general supervision of the research group alone does not constitute authorship. Biomedical authorship is prone to various misconducts and disputes. 9. Many authors, especially those in the middle of the byline, do not fulfill these authorship criteria. 10. Some medical journals have abandoned the strict notion of author, with the flexible notion of contributor. 11. Authorship in the social sciences. Edit. The American Psychological Association, APA, has similar guidelines as medicine for authorship. The APA acknowledge that authorship is not limited to the writing of manuscripts, but must include those who have made substantial contributions to a study, such as formulating the problem or hypothesis, structuring the experimental design, organizing and conducting the statistical analysis, interpreting the results, or writing a major portion of the paper. 12. While the APA guidelines list many other forms of contributions to a study that do not constitute authorship, it does state that combinations of these and other tasks may justify authorship. Like medicine, the APA considers institutional position, such as department chair, insufficient for attributing authorship. Authorship in the humanities. Edit. Neither the Modern Languages Association, 13, nor the Chicago Manual of Style, 14, define requirements for authorship, because usually humanities works are single-authored and the author is responsible for the entire work. Growing number of authors per paper. Edit. From the late 17th century to the 1920s, sole authorship was the norm, and the one-paper one-author model worked well for distributing credit. 15. Today, shared authorship is common in most academic disciplines. 16. 17. With the exception of the humanities, where sole authorship is still the predominant model. Between about 1980 to 2010 the average number of authors in medical papers increased, and perhaps tripled. 18. One survey found that in mathematics journals over the first decade of the 2000s, the number of papers with 2, 3 and 4 plus authors increased by approximately 50%, 100% and 200%, respectively, while single-author papers decreased slightly. 8. In particular types of research, including particle physics, genome sequencing and clinical trials, a paper's author list can run into the hundreds. In 1998, the Collider detector at Fermilab, CDF, adopted a, at that time, highly unorthodox policy for assigning authorship. CDF maintains a standard author list. All scientists and engineers working at CDF are added to the standard author list after 1 year of full-time work. Names stay on the list until 1 year after the worker leaves CDF. Every publication coming out of CDF uses the entire standard author list, in alphabetical order. Other big collaborations, including most particle physics experiments, followed this model. 19. In large, multicenter clinical trials authorship is often used as a reward for recruiting patients. 20. A paper published in the New England Journal of Medicine in 1993 reported on a clinical trial conducted in 1,081 hospitals in 15 different countries, involving a total of 41,021 patients. There were 972 authors listed in an appendix and authorship was assigned to a group. 21. In 2015, an article in High Energy Physics was published describing the measurement of the mass of the Higgs boson based on collisions in the Large Hadron Collider. The article boasted 5,154 authors. The printed author list needed 24 pages. 22. Large authors lists have attracted some criticism and are believed to negatively affect all existing ethical issues of authorship. 23. They strain guidelines that insist that each author's role be described and that each author is responsible for the validity of the whole work. Such a system treats authorship more as credit for scientific service at the facility in general rather than as an identification of specific contributions. 24. One commentator wrote, "In more than 25 years working as a scientific editor, I have not been aware of any valid argument for more than 3 authors per paper, although I recognize that this may not be true for every field." 25. The rise of shared authorship has been attributed to big science, scientific experiments that require collaboration and specialization of many individuals. 26. Alternatively, the increase in multi-authorship is, according to a game-theoretic analysis, a consequence of the way scientists are evaluated. 27. Scientists are judged by the number of papers they publish, and by the impact of those papers. Both measures are integrated into the most popular single-value measure H, \H, index. The H, \H, index correlates with winning the Nobel Prize, being accepted for research fellowships and holding positions at top universities. 28. When each author claims each paper and each citation as his/her own, papers and citations are multiplied by the number of authors. Since it is common and rational to cite own papers more than others, a high number of co-authors increases not only the number of own papers, but also their impact. 29. As result, game rules set by H, \H, index being a decision criterion for success create a zero-sum H, \H, index ranking game, where the rational strategy includes maximizing the number of co-authors up to the majority of the researchers in a field. 27. Data of 189,000 publications showed that the co-authors number is strongly correlated with H, \H, index. 30. Hence, the system rewards heavily multi-authored papers. This problem is openly acknowledged, and it could easily be corrected by dividing each paper and its citations by the number of authors. 31. 32. Though this practice has not been widely adopted. Finally, the rise in shared authorship may also reflect increased acknowledgement of the contributions of lower-level workers, including graduate students and technicians, as well as honorary authorship, while allowing for such collaborations to make an independent statement about the quality and integrity of a scientific work. Order of authors in a list. Edit. Rules for the order of multiple authors in a list have historically varied significantly between fields of research. 33. Some fields list authors in order of their degree of involvement in the work, with the most active contributors listed first winking sad smiley 10. Other fields, such as mathematics or engineering, sometimes list them alphabetically. 34, 35, 36. Historically, biologists tended to place a principal investigator, supervisor or lab head, last in an author list, whereas organic chemists might have put him or her first. 37. Research articles in high-energy physics, where the author lists can number in the tens to hundreds, often list authors alphabetically. In the academic fields of economics, business, finance or particle physics, it is also usual to sort the authors alphabetically. 38. Three main questions shape the scholarly debate on authorship order. 39. The first concerns the criteria for deciding the sequence of authors' names, for example, alphabetical order, arranging names based on the extent of contributions. The second question focuses on how power dynamics influence authorship order, as competition for prestigious positions, for example, first or last, can create tensions and lead to unfair treatment of less powerful contributors. The third question is about how authorship order impacts perceived responsibility, since the order alone may not clarify individual accountability, especially when seniority or randomized listings obscure who is ultimately responsible for the work's overall integrity. Although listing authors in order of the involvement in the project seems straightforward, it often leads to conflict. A study in the Canadian Medical Association Journal found that more than 2/3 of 919 corresponding authors disagreed with their co-authors regarding contributions of each author. 40. Responsibilities of authors. Edit. Authors' reputations can be damaged if their names appear on a paper that they do not completely understand or with which they were not intimately involved. Citation needed. 41. Numerous guidelines and customs specify that all co-authors must be able to understand and support a paper's major points. Citation needed. In a notable case, American stem cell researcher Gerald Scotton had his name listed on a paper co-authored with Hwang Woo-suk. The paper was later exposed as fraudulent and, though Scotton was not accused of participating in the fraud, a panel at his university found that his failure to more closely oversee research with his name on it does make him guilty of research misbehavior. 42. All authors, including co-authors, are usually expected to have made reasonable attempts to check findings submitted for publication. In some cases, co-authors of faked research have been accused of inappropriate behavior or research misconduct for failing to verify reports authored by others or by a commercial sponsor. Examples include the case of Professor Jeffrey Chamberlain, named as guest author of papers fabricated by Malcolm Pierce. 43. Chamberlain was exonerated from collusion in Pierce's deception. 44. And the co-authors of Jan Hendrik Schon at Bell Laboratories. More recent cases include Charles Nemiroff, 45, former editor-in-chief of Neuropsychopharmacology, and the so-called Sheffield Actonel affair. 46. Additionally, authors are expected to keep all study data for later examination even after publication. Both scientific and academic censure can result from a failure to keep primary data. The case of Ranjit Chandra of Memorial University of Newfoundland provides an example of this. 47. Many scientific journals also require that authors provide information to allow readers to determine whether the authors may have commercial or non-commercial conflicts of interest. Outlined in the author disclosure statement for the American Journal of Human Biology. 48. This is a policy more common in scientific fields where funding often comes from corporate sources. Authors are also commonly required to provide information about ethical aspects of research, particularly where research involves human or animal participants or use of biological material. Provision of incorrect information to journals may be regarded as misconduct. Financial pressures on universities have encouraged this type of misconduct. The majority of recent cases of alleged misconduct involving undisclosed conflicts of interest or failure of the authors to have seen scientific data involve collaborative research between scientists and biotechnology companies. 49. Egregious and questionable types of authorship. Edit. Honorary authorship. Edit. Honorary authorship is sometimes granted to those who played no significant role in the work, for a variety of reasons. Until recently, it was standard to list the head of a German department or institution as an author on a paper regardless of input. 37. The United States National Academy of Sciences, however, warns that such practices dilute the credit due the people who actually did the work, inflate the credentials of those so honored, and make the proper attribution of credit more difficult. 7. The extent to which honorary authorship still occurs is not empirically known. However, it is plausible to expect that it is still widespread, because senior scientists leading large research groups can receive much of their reputation from a long publication list and thus have little motivation to give up honorary authorships. A possible measure against honorary authorships has been implemented by some scientific journals, in particular by the Nature journals. They demand, 50, that each new manuscript must include a statement of responsibility that specifies the contribution of every author. The level of detail varies between the disciplines. Senior persons may still make some vague claim to have supervised the project, for example, even if they were only in the formal position of a supervisor without having delivered concrete contributions. The truth content of such statements is usually not checked by independent persons. However, the need to describe contributions can at least be expected to somewhat reduce honorary authorships. In addition, it may help to identify the perpetrator in a case of scientific fraud. Gift, guest and rolling authorship. Edit. More specific types of honorary authorship are gift, guest and rolling authorship. Gift authorship consists of authorship obtained by the offer of another author, honorary or not, with objectives that are beyond the research article itself or are ulterior, as promotion or favor. 51. Guest authors are those that are included with the specific objective to increase the probability that it becomes accepted by a journal. A rolling authorship is a special case of gift authorship in which the honor is granted on the basis of previous research papers, published or not, and collaborations within the same research group. Citation needed. The rolled author may, or may not, be imposed by a superior employee for reasons that range from the research group's strategic interests, personal career interests, camaraderie or professional concession. For instance, a postdoc researcher in the same research group where his PhD was awarded may be willing to roll his authorship into any subsequent paper from other researchers in that same group, overseeing the criteria for authorship. Per se, this would not cause authorship issues unless the collaboration was imposed by a third party, like a supervisor or department manager, in which case it is called a coercive authorship. 52. Still, omitting the authorship criteria by prioritizing hierarchy arguments, is an unethical practice. This kind of practices may hinder free thinking and professional independence, and thus should be tackled by research managers, clear research guidelines and authors' agreements. Ghost authorship. Edit. Further information, academic ghostwriting. See also, medical ghostwriting. Ghost authorship occurs when an individual makes a substantial contribution to the research or the writing of the report, but is not listed as an author. 53. Researchers, statisticians and writers, for example medical writers or technical writers, become ghost authors when they meet authorship criteria but are not named as an author. Writers who work in this capacity are called ghostwriters. Ghost authorship has been linked to partnerships between industry and higher education. 2/3 of industry-initiated randomized trials may have evidence of ghost authorship. 53. Ghost authorship is considered problematic because it may be used to obscure the participation of researchers with conflicts of interest. 54. Litigation against the pharmaceutical company, Merck over health concerns related to use of their drug, Rofecoxib, brand name Vioxx, revealed examples of ghost authorship. 55. Merck routinely paid medical writing companies to prepare journal manuscripts, and subsequently recruited external, academically affiliated researchers to pose as the authors. Authors are sometimes included in a list without their permission. 56. Even if this is done with the benign intention to acknowledge some contributions, it is problematic since authors carry responsibility for correctness and thus need to have the opportunity to check the manuscript and possibly demand changes. Fraudulent paid-for authorship. Edit. Researchers can pay to intentionally and dishonestly list themselves as authors on papers they have not contributed to, usually by using an academic paper mill which specializes in authorship sales. 57. Unconventional types of authorship. Edit. Anonymous and unclaimed authorship. Edit. Authors occasionally forego claiming authorship, for a number of reasons. Historically, some authors have published anonymously to shield themselves when presenting controversial claims. A key example is Robert Chambers' anonymous publication of Vestiges of the Natural History of Creation, a speculative, pre-Darwinian work on the origins of life and the cosmos. The book argued for an evolutionary view of life in the same spirit as the late Frenchman Jean-Baptiste Lamarck. Lamarck had long been discredited among intellectuals by this time, and evolutionary, or development, theories were exceedingly unpopular, except among the political radicals, materialists, and atheists. Chambers hoped to avoid Lamarck's fate. In the 18th century, Emily Ducatelli began her career as a scientific author by submitting a paper in an annual competition held by the French Academy of Sciences. Papers in this competition were submitted anonymously. Initially presenting her work without claiming authorship allowed her to have her work judged by established scientists while avoiding the bias against women in the sciences. She did not win the competition, but eventually her paper was published alongside the winning submissions, under her real name. 58. Scientists and engineers working in corporate and military organizations are often restricted from publishing and claiming authorship of their work because their results are considered secret property of the organization that employs them. One notable example is that of William Seeley Gossett, who was forced to publish his work in statistics under the pseudonym Student due to his employment at the Guinness Brewery. Another account describes the frustration of physicists working in nuclear weapons programs at the Lawrence Livermore Laboratory years after making a discovery. They would read of the same phenomenon being discovered by a physicist unaware of the original, secret discovery of the phenomenon. 59. Satoshi Nakamoto is a pseudonym of a still unknown author or authors group behind a white paper about Bitcoin. 60, 61, 62, 63. Group authorship. Edit. Group authorship, also known as corporate, team, or consortium authorship, involves listing a collective entity, for example, team, project, corporation, or consortium, as the author in the byline. While group authorships can reduce conflicts over authorship order and the criteria for including or excluding individuals, they also present challenges, such as ethical concerns over credit and responsibility, legal issues related to copyright, and technical difficulties due to the absence of persistent identifiers such as or seed for groups. 64. Equal co-authorship. Edit. Equal co-authorship refers to crediting multiple authors as having made equal contributions to a paper, often as co-first or co-corresponding authors. This practice has become more common in recent years. Despite its rise, equal co-authorship presents ethical and practical challenges. For instance, it can be difficult to assess whether contributions were truly equal, and tensions might arise about whose name should appear first, the sequence of equal authors. 65. Some argue that equal co-authorship helps resolve tensions and offers fair recognition of significant contributions, especially in collaborative projects. 66. However, even in truly equal scenarios, one author often becomes more prominent, leading to additional complexities about authorship order and responsibilities. 67. The inconsistent recognition of equal co-authorship by journals and academic institutions, along with the lack of standardized policies, further complicates its evaluation in tenure, promotion, and funding decisions. 68. Non-human authorship. Edit. Artificial intelligence systems have been credited with authorship on a handful of academic publications. 69. However, many publishers disallow this on the grounds that they cannot take responsibility for the content and integrity of scientific papers. 70. See also. Edit. Academic writing. Conflicts of interest in academic publishing. Lead author. Nicholas Bourbaki. Scholarly communication. Scientific writing. References. Edit. Shamu, Adil E. Resnick, David B. 2022. Responsible Conduct of Research, 4th ed. New York, NY, Oxford University Press. ISBN 978-0-19-754712-0. Holcomb, Alex O. 2 July 2019. Contributorship, not authorship. Use credit to indicate who did what. Publications. 7. 348 to 10.3390 / publications 70300048. Dixon, J.G. Connor, R.N. Adair, K.T. 1978. Guidelines for Authorship of Scientific Articles. Wildell. Soc. Bull. 6, 426261. Chster 3781489. Hosseini, Mohammed, Lewis, Jonathan, the 17th of February 2020. The Norms of Authorship Credit, Challenging the Definition of Authorship in the European Code of Conduct for Research Integrity. Accountability in Research. 27, 28098 to 10.1000889621.2020.17212888. ISSN 0898-9621. PMID 319766754. Martinson, Brian C. Anderson, M.S., De Vries, R. 2005. Scientists Behaving Badly. Nature. 435, 7043 7378. Bibcode 2005 Nature.4357337M. Do 10.1038/4357337A. PMID 159446777. S2 SID 4341622. Ethical Guidelines to Publication of Chemical Research Journals, Books, and References published by the American Chemical Society, PDF. pubs.ax.org. American Chemical Society. 2015. Retrieved 26 September 2020. AB National Academy of Sciences, National Academy of Engineering, Institute of Medicine, 27 March 2009. On Being a Scientist, A Guide to Responsible Conduct in Research, 3rd edition. nap.edu do 10.17226/12192. ISBN 978-0-309-11970-2. PMID 250099901. S2 SID 89187225. AB The Culture of Research and Scholarship in Mathematics, Joint Research and its Publication, PDF, Report. American Mathematical Society. 2015. Astain, Burrows, Schwartz, Lisa, Geit, Gordon, 15th of August 2021. Biomedical Authorship, Common Misconducts and Possible Scenarios for Disputes. Journal of Academic Ethics. 19, 445564 do 10.1007/108005-021-09435Z. S2 SID 238683430. AB Sauerman, Henry, Husserler, Carolyn, 2017. Authorship and Contribution Disclosures. Science Advances. 3, 11E1700404. Bibcode 2017 SCIA, 3E0404S. Do 10.1026/CIADV.1700404. PMC 5687853. PMID 291525664. Rennie, D. Yank, V. Emmanuel, L. 1997. When Authorship Fails. A proposal to make contributors accountable. JAMA, the Journal of the American Medical Association. 278, 757985 to 10.1001,1997.035500700711041. PMID 9268280. Carrot American Psychological Association. 2001. Publication Manual of the American Psychological Association, 5th ed. Washington, D.C., American Psychological Association. p. 350. Carrot Gibaldi, J. 1998. MLA Style Manual and Guide to Scholarly Publishing, 2nd ed. New York, Modern Language Association of America. Carrot The Chicago Manual of Style, 15th ed. Chicago, University of Chicago Press. 2006. ISBN 978-0226104041. Carrot Green, Mart, 2007. The Demise of the Lone Author. Nature. 450. 7173 1165. Bibcode 2007 Nature.450.1165 G. Do 10.1038/4501165A. PMID 1809737. S2 SID 44155697. Carrot Tilak, G. Prasad, V. Jaina, A.B., 2015. Authorship Inflation in Medical Publications. Inquiry. 52 0046958015598311. Do 10.101177/0046958015598311. PMC 49438664. PMID 2622835. Carrot Bautista, L.M., Pantahar, J.C., 2000. A bibliometric synthesis of the recent literature in ornithology and the journal Ardiola, PDF. Ardiola. 47, 109121. Carrot Tsao, C.I., Roberts, L.W., 2009. Authorship in Scholarly Manuscripts, Practical Considerations for Resident and Early Career Physicians. Academic Psychiatry. 33, 176 9 to 10.1176/appy.app.33.1.76. PMID 193494551. S2 SID 11245852. Carrot Christopher King, July 2012. Mulshauthar Papers, Onward and Upward. Science Watch Newsletter. Retrieved 6 December 2017. Carrot Regaladu, A. 1995. Mulshauthar Papers on the Rise. Science. 268, 5207-25. Bibcode 1995 SCI, 268, 25R. Do 10.1126/science.7701334. PMID 77013334. Carrot Gusto Investigators, 1993. An international randomized trial comparing 4 thrombolytic strategies for acute myocardial infarction. The New England Journal of Medicine. 329, 10.67382 do 10.1056 / nejm1993090232910001 hdl 1765 / 5468 PMID 8204123 Castelvecchi, Davide, 2015. Physics paper sets record with more than 5,000 authors. Nature. Do 10.1038 / nature.2015.17567. S2 SID 187657002. Hosseini, Mohammed, Lewis, Jonathan, Swat, Hub, Gordigan, Bert, the 23rd of May 2022. An ethical exploration of increased average numbers of authors per publication. Science and Engineering Ethics. 28. 325 do 10.1007 / S11948-021-00352-3. ISSN 1471 to 5546. PMC 9126105. PMID 356065542. Biasley, M. Rights or Rewards. Changing Frameworks of Scientific Authorship. In Scientific Authorship, Biasley, M. and Gallison, PEDS. Routledge, New York, 2003, pp. 253280. Van Loon, A.J. 1997. Pseudo-authorship. Nature. 389, 6646 11. Bibcode 1997 Nature.389, 11v. Do 10.1038 / 37855. PMID 9288957. Price, Derek John de Solla, 1986. Collaboration in an Invisible College, PDF. Little Science, Big Science, and Beyond. New York, Columbia University Press. pp. 119134. ISBN 978-0-231-04956-6. Abitagiu, Rustam, Ignatov, Dmitry I. The 17th of September, 2017. Behavior Mining in H-Index Ranking Game. MPRA paper. University Library of Munich, Germany. Bornmann, Lutz, Daniel, Hans Dieter, July 2007. What do we know about the H-Index? Journal of the American Society for Information Science and Technology. 58, 9 1381 1385 to 10.1002 AC.20609. S2 SID 31323195. Norden, Richard van, Schorler, Dalmeet Singh, the 19th of August 2019. Hundreds of extreme self-citing scientists revealed in new database. Nature. 572, 7771 578579. Bibcode 2019 Nature.572578v. Do 10.1038 / D41586-019-02479-7. PMID 314550906. S2 SID 20170429. Batista, Pablo D. Campitely, Monica G. Kieneke, Assam, July 2006. Is it possible to compare researchers with different scientific interests? Scientometrics. 68. 1179189R14 Physics /0509048 to 10.1007 /S11192-006-0090-4 S2 SID 348588423 Potter E. 2010. Let's correct that small mistake. JM. SOC. Inform. SCI. Tech. 61. 12 2593 2594 to 10.1002 AC.21438. Lozano, Geo. 2013. The Elephant in the Room, Multi-Authorship and the Assessment of Individual Researchers. Current Science. 105. 4443445R14 1307.1330. Kennedy, Donald, 1985. On Academic Authorship, RPH 2.8. Stanford University Research Policy Handbook Document 2.8. Retrieved 1 April, 2010. Stubbs, C. 1997. The Serious Business of Listing Authors. Nature. 388, 6640 320. Bibcode 1997 Nature.388Q.320. Do 10.1038/40958. PMID 92377742. Rules for submission of abstracts to EPAC 96. European Particle Accelerator Conference 1996, EPAC 96. 1995. Archived from the original on 2 July 2012. Retrieved 20 April 2012. Authors to be listed in alphabetical order, all letters capitalized, principal author underlined. Guidelines for the preparation of abstracts. 7th Biennial International Conference on Accelerator and Large Experimental Physics Control Systems, ICALEPX 99. 1998. Archived from the original on 2 July 2012. Retrieved 20 April 2012. Authors' names in capital letters, in alphabetical order, principal author underlined. AB credit where credit's due. Nature. 440, 7084 591708. 2006. Bibcode 2006 Nature.44591. Do 10.1038/4405918. PMID 16572137. Waldman, L. 2012. An empirical analysis of the use of alphabetical authorship in scientific publishing. Journal of Informatics. 4, 6700711R14 1206.4863 to 10.1016/j.joy.2012.07.008. S2 SID 120879596. Hosseini, Mohammed, Gordijan, Bert, 3 July 2020. A review of the literature on ethical issues related to scientific authorship. Accountability in research. 27, 528432 to 10.1080/08989621.2020.1750957. ISSN 0898-9621. PMID 32243214. Ilakovic v. Fister K. Maruzic M. Maruzic A. January 2007. Reliability of disclosure forms of authors' contributions. Canadian Medical Association Journal. 176, 141 6-10.1503/CMJ.060687. PMC 1764586. PMID 172000389. Bud, Stephanie, Hosseini, Mohammed, Plemons, Dina, 2023. Authors Without Borders, Guidelines for Discussing Authorship with Collaborators. Research Triangle Park NC, Sigma 11, The Scientific Research Honor Society. ISBN 979-8-218-31055-4. Holden, Constance. 2006, Scotton, Pitt Panel finds misbehavior but not misconduct. Science, 311:928. Locke S., June, 1995. Lessons from the Pierce Affair, Handling Scientific Fraud. BMJ, Clinical Research ed. 310, 6994 1547 8:10.1016/BMJ.310.6094.1547. PMC 2549935. PMID 778762. Independent Committee of Inquiry into the Publication of Articles in the British Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology, 1994–1995. Archived from the original on 30 March 2012. Retrieved 26 August 2011. Journal editor quits in conflict scandal. The Scientist magazine of the life sciences. Retrieved 1 April 2010. Actonel Case Media Reports Scientific Misconduct Wiki. Retrieved 1 April 2010. Memorial University to re-examine Chandra case. cbc.ca. Retrieved 3 November 2015. American Journal of Human Biology Wiley Interscience. Retrieved 1 April 2010. Dead link. Washburn, Jennifer, the 22nd of December 2005. Did a British university sell out to P&G? By Jennifer Washburn. Slate Magazine. Slate Magazine. Archived from the original on 23 March 2010. Retrieved 1 April 2010. Authorship, Authors and Referees at Nature Publishing Group. Archived from the original on 30 March 2010. Retrieved 1 April 2010. Harvey, L.A., 2018. Gift, Honorary or Guest Authorship. Spinal Cord. 56, 291-10.1033-S41393-017-0057-8. PMID 294225533. S2 SID 46803021. Lucanis, V. Pockart, M. Giffinus, E. 2020. Perish or Publish Dilemma, Challenges to Responsible Authorship. Medicina. 56, 291-10.3390/Medicina 56030123. PMC 7142498. PMID 294225533. S2 SID 46803021. ABGTZSCHE, PC, Rabjartson, Adot, Johansen, HK, Hara, MT, Altman, DG, Chan, AW. 2007. Ghost authorship in industry-initiated randomized trials. PLOS Medicine. 4. 14752 to 10.1313.journal.pmed.00400019. PMC 1769411. PMID 172271134. Nylana M, Anderson D, Dahlquist G, Sarvas M, Aikvarga, July 1999. Handling of scientific dishonesty in the Nordic countries. National Committees on Scientific Dishonesty in the Nordic countries. The Lancet. 354, 9172 57 61 to 10.1016/S0140-6736, 98, 07133-5. PMID 104063778. S2 SID 36326829. Ross, Joseph S. Hill, Kevin P. Igelman, David S. Krumholz, Harlan M. 2008. Guest authorship and ghostwriting in publications related to Rofcoxib, a case study of industry documents from Rofcoxib litigation. JAMA, the Journal of the American Medical Association. 299, 15/1812 to 10.1011/JAMA.299.15.1800. PMID 184138774. S2 SID 205101269. Authorship without authorization. Nature Materials. 3, 11743. 2004. Bibcode 2004 NATMA, 3743. Do 10.1038 /NMAT 1264. PMID 155169747. Taborkina, Anna, October 2023. Publication and collaboration anomalies in academic papers originating from a paper mill, evidence from a Russia-based paper mill. Learned Publishing. 36, 4689702 2112.13322 to 10.1002/leap.1574. Retrieved 30 May 2024. Terra, M. The Uses of Anonymity in the Age of Reason. In Scientific Authorship Biasley, M. and Gallison, PEDS. Routledge, New York, 2003, pp. 91-112. Gusterson, H. The Death of the Authors of Death, Prestige and Creativity Among Nuclear Weapons Scientists. In Scientific Authorship Biasley, M. and Gallison, PEDS. Routledge, New York, 2003, pp. 282307. The Misidentification of Satoshi Nakamoto. THUEEK.com 30 June, 2015. Retrieved 22 July, 2019. Karif, Olga, 23 April, 2019. John McAfee vows to unmask crypto's Satoshi Nakamoto, then backs off. Bloomberg. Who is Satoshi Nakamoto, inventor of Bitcoin? It doesn't matter. Fortune. Retrieved 22 July, 2019. Behrman, Sophie, the 27th of October, 2017. Bitcoin's creator may be worth $6 billion, but people still don't know who it is. CNBC. Retrieved the 22nd of July, 2019. Hosseini, Mohammed, Holcomb, Alex O. Kovacs, Martin, Swat, Hub, Katz, Daniel S. Holmes, Christie, the 6th of March, 2024. Group authorship, an excellent opportunity laced with ethical, legal and technical challenges. Accountability in research, 123. Do 10.1080/0898961.2024.2322557. ISSN 0898-9621. PMC 11377859. PMID 38445637. Hosseini, Mohammed, the 1st of June, 2020. Equal co-authorship practices, review and recommendations. Science and engineering ethics. 26. 3 1133 1148 to 10.1007/11948-020-00183-8. ISSN 1471 to 5546. PMID 31989381. Hosseini, Mohammed, Bruton, Samuel v. The 16th of November, 2020. A qualitative study of equal co-first authorship. Accountability in research. 27. 8496520 to 10.1080/089899621.2020.1776122. ISSN 0898-9621. Alfonso, Fernando, Zilvian, Paraunak, Massews, Jean-Jacques, Uskerman, Michael, Bom, Michael, Hernandez, Alfonso Buendia, Wang, Tsungdao, Cohen, Ariel, Izetbegovic, Sabija, Daubel, Anton, Echeverry, Dario, Inc., Nure, Ferreira Gonzalez, Ignacio, Anders, Anita, Fort Muller, Ulrich, Gatsof, Playman, Gingina, Carmen, Gonsalves, Lino, Adad, Fauzi, Hassanin, Mahmoud, Hughes, Gerd, Huber, Kurt, Hattala, Robert, Ivan Yusa, Mario, Lau, Chupak, Marinskis, Germanas, Cass, Liviodia, Roshit. Carlos Eduardo, Nikas, Kjol, Fleck, Eckhart, Period, Luck, Abradovic, Slobodan, Del Pilar Orgilar Parsano, Maria, Zhang, Yangsoa, Adavand, Olaf, Sander, Mikhail, Shliakto, Evgeny, Erol, Setin, Tuzulis, Dimitris, Ural, Dilek, Payek, Jan J. Varga, Albert, Flammer, Andreas J. Mack, Francois, Debra, Alban, Gulyev, Fake, Mrichk, Alexander, Rogeva, Mamanti, Guzman Melgar, Ismael, D.I. Pasquala, Giuseppe, Kabdrakmanov, Kanat, Hada, Leila, Fras, Zlatko, Held, Clays, Shumakov, Valentin, Editors. Network. European Society of Cardiology, Escape, Task Force, the 1st of July 2019. Authorship, From Credit to Accountability. Reflections from the Editors Network. Clinical Research in Cardiology. 108. 77237229 to 10.1007/00392-019-01436-8. ISSN 1861-0692. Resnick, David B. Smith, Elise, Master, Zubin, Shi, Min, the 2nd of April, 2020. Survey of Equal Contributions in Biomedical Research Publications. Accountability in Research. 27. 3115137 to 10.1080/0898621.2020.17229447. ISSN 0898-9621. PMC 7065943. PMID 319860059. Karit Hosseini, Mohammed, Resnick, David B., Holmes, Christie, October 2023. The Ethics of Disclosing the Use of Artificial Intelligence Tools in Writing Scholarly Manuscripts. Research Ethics. 19. 4449465 to 10.1747/174701612311804449. ISSN 1747-0161. Karit Stokel Walker, Chris, the 26th of January 2023. ChatGPT listed as author on research papers, many scientists disapprove. Nature. Springer Nature. Retrieved the 31st of January 2023. Further reading. Edit. Newman, Paul, June 2007. Copyright Essentials for Linguists. Language Documentation and Conservation. 1:128:43. Archived from the original on 3 July 2007. Retrieved 4 July 2007. Includes elements of authorship and how they interact with copyright law. Roll credits. Sometimes the authorship byline isn't enough. Guest blog by Michael Moller and Tim Gardner. Public Library of Science. Archived from the original on 21 January 2008. Retrieved 1 April 2010. A proposal to reform academic authorship along the line of film credits. Sauerman, Henry, Husserler, Carolyn, November 2017. Authorship and Contribution Disclosures. Science Advances. 3:11E1700404. Bibcode 2017 SCIA 3E0404S. Do 10.1126/CIADV.1700404. PMC 5687853. PMID 291525664. Interpretation of author order and value of explicit contribution statements. Retrieved from https://en.wikipedia.org/w/index.php title =academic_authorship &olded =12646611138. Categories. Academia. Research. Academic publishing. Professional ethics. Hidden categories. All articles with dead external links. Articles with dead external links from February 2019. Use DMY dates from November 2021. All articles with unsourced statements. Articles with unsourced statements from August 2012. Articles with unsourced statements from July 2024. This page was last edited on the 22nd of December 2024 at 21:24 UTC. Text is available under the Creative Commons Attribution Share Alike 4.0 license. Additional terms may apply. By using this site, you agree to the terms of use and privacy policy. Wikipedia registered trademark symbol is a registered trademark of the Wikimedia Foundation, Inc., a non-profit organization. Privacy policy. About Wikipedia. Disclaimers. Contact Wikipedia. Code of conduct. Developers. Statistics. Cookie statement. Mobile view.